Hello beloved beings throughout the planet, welcome from the wonderful lake Balaton in Hungary. In this video I'm gonna share with you my experience with manifestation and group consciousness, which changed my life forever. I hope it will change yours too. When people talk about manifestation, they usually mean that you can attract your desires by changing your beliefs about reality and generating and sending out positive feelings to the field. There are quite a few accounts to that. This video is a little bit different. What I'm gonna share with you here is that you can explore manifestation by merging your consciousness with that of someone else. With other words, you can think of something and somebody else can pick up this intention telepathically and can do things which help you create the physical experience you refer to with your thoughts. As we collectively move deeper and deeper into the force density existence, more and more people will get access to these abilities spontaneously. What is important though is that you take good care of yourself every day, that you are and stay in alignment with your being, and then there is no extra effort needed for group manifestation to happen. Trust your nature, trust our nature. Inhabitants of planet Earth have raised their vibrations enough so that we can begin to play this interconnected manifestation game, and by playing this we will discover that we need each other for the manifestation of the new Earth. We can work together by mutually picking up intention of the others and carry out actions for each other. In this way, we can multiply our power and spread ourselves all over the whole planet. In this video, I will explain you how. First, I'm gonna recall what this manifestation actually is, what I'm describing now. Then I will give you a few examples so that you know how it works within the framework of group consciousness. After that, I will give you a short practice called Think and Do, which you can use to experiment with manifestation in everyday life in order to experience and celebrate our connectedness each and every day. And in the context of this practice, I will shortly touch upon how we can use group consciousness manifestation in order to create a loving and peaceful planet. I'm Szilard, it's inspiration time. If you want to put very simply what manifestation is, based on my experience, I would say you think of something and it pops up in your reality. I know that it is dealt with in terms of desires usually, but if you take it out of the picture now for a moment, the equation is really simple. Non-physical images turn to physical images. For example, you think of your mother stepping by at your place, and a few minutes later the bell rings and there she is. Basically, this is how simple it works. Our minds are deeply connected, so we better stay careful of what we think, because it may even pop up in our reality. And why I'm telling you this is because this is the basic underlying mechanism for this manifestation ability I want to remind you today. As I said at the beginning, the manifestation I'm speaking about now is usually dispersed over more than one person through telepathic connection. so you can create a specific intent and someone else can pick it up and turn into action. You can experiment with this phenomenon of think and do, for example within your family or with close friends or people you are usually on the same wavelengths. For example, what we experience in our family is that one of us wants something to get done but doesn't really feel like doing it by themselves, and usually another family member steps in and does it without consciously knowing the intention, and everybody's happy. We celebrate this a lot and we take turns. Be aware of this game going on in your everyday life, and I truly recommend you to engage in it. There is another key aspect to this story, for manifestation is about desires after all. You are often challenged in how far you dare go to fulfill your desires. Meaning that the manifestation process usually involves some kind of communication with other beings. For example, if you think of something you want to have, it can be that someone else already owns it, and then you are still faced with the situation where you have to communicate your true, honest desires with that other person. If you dare ask for these things you desire but other people possess, you will see that most of the time people are happy to give you those things, and in this participate in the fulfillment of your desires to have them. This pattern reoccurs in my life, and I see that if we follow our true desires, we are put into situations again and again where we can practice kind and heartfelt communication. In these situations, we can connect to the heart of the other person, and voila, we can have a lot of things additionally. And once again, for the record, the real important process here is the process of connecting to other people and the communication of our desires to them. This process can create such a loving atmosphere, one which we will all share with each other on the new earth. If you want to participate in the manifestation of the new earth, you can begin by experimenting with the think and do game in your everyday life. There are 3 things I recommend you to do in order to start off. Step 1. Take care of yourself. Be dedicated to your spiritual development. Grow, evolve. This is the prerequisite. You can apply your favorite spiritual practices to do so. You can use my videos if they help you. You can use plenty of other stuff on the internet, or you can buy books. The thing is that you care for yourself. This is the fundament. You don't have to train yourself in telepathy. If you evolve as a being, you will be able to tap into our force density abilities, which are already available today for everybody. The second thing is to find the people with whom you can do this group manifestation game easily. Find your partners. They can be your loved ones or friends. It is easy to take someone first who is in your physical environment. They don't have to know about what you are doing. Simply, if you are, for example, overwhelmed with tasks, you can think of a specific task as being done, and you can see who will pick up your intention and do the work. Sometimes you are the doer. You feel moved to say or do something, and it turns out that somebody else thought of that. These are hints for you to find out with whom you can play easily. Finally, the third thing to keep in mind is that the thing you want to have oftentimes belongs to someone else. Notice the situations in which your thought pops up in your reality. Watch for others in your physical environment. Here is a stupid example. If you feel like eating pizza on the subway, don't get irritated if someone gets on the subway with a big pizza and sits down in front of you. Then it is your turn to communicate your desire to that person. Manifestation is not done by desiring. You still have to act upon that desire and ask for the damn pizza if you really want to have it. In my experience, if you dare speak from your heart, if you communicate your desire to that other person, it will work out just wonderful. Other people have their freedom to say yes or no, of course, but the more you practice this honest, heart-based communication, the more you will see that people act in alignment with you. And you will see that this practice is given to you in order to attract people and connect to them. Because this is how relationships come into your life. It was about the pizza first, but you may end up having a good conversation with a stranger, and who knows, it may even change your whole life forever. And this is where it gets really big, because through this practice, people can come together who did not know each other consciously, and it can turn out that they form wonderful think and do pairs. If you evolve and keep applying this practice, you will attract those people who can fulfill your desires and for whom you hold the key for their desires. We have to find each other on this planet. We have to find the people who can manifest with you together. Some of them are close to you, some of them are far away. The new earth will be created by focusing on other. You, my friend, are here to fulfill the desires of others, and they are there to fulfill yours. If you guys participate in this game, you will notice that it is not about the car or the pizza or the little things, but it is about coming together and realizing that our true desire is to be connected and have joyful lives. But it begins by practicing in everyday situations with the little things. So once again, grow, evolve spiritually. Tap into this think and do game and find out who your partners are, who can pick up your intentions easily and whose intentions you can pick up. Finally, practice the communication of your desires. If you stay dedicated to this three-step process, you will be able to attract loving relationships and directly contribute to the manifestation of the new earth, a peaceful and loving planet which is filled with the sense of our oneness. That's all for now, guys. If you have any question about this way of manifestation I shared today, feel free to connect to me anytime. By the way, I've begun with a series of interviews with ascenders. You can check out my website. You will find the first interview with the wonderful Cecilia Viamore on the endless expansion of consciousness. So I'm doing interviews with wonderful beings who have something to say to the world. If you have any suggestion whom you want me to interview, you can let me know, or you can also suggest yourself if you have a spiritual transformation story, for example, you want to share with the world. Thanks for watching. Sharing is allowed. Don't forget to leave a comment and tell other people what you think of the videos, and like us on Facebook. Or simply let me know how I can give even more to you. Remember your precious beings, make humans fly, spread the inspiration.